Hello, folks. Let's just have a simple recap on what we learned in the previous episode. So here, the power lies here, 10 o'clock in the morning. If we trade above 10 o'clock in the morning, we are looking for a retracement latest 1300 hours or maybe above. But the most important thing is 10 o'clock should be rejected. What do I mean by rejection? We should still see price trade above 10 o'clock in the morning. Then in the afternoon, we see price giving us the previous day's high. This can help you trade NFP. It can help you trade any other news, because most people are afraid of trading the news, which is okay, but this will be helpful. So 10 o'clock is rejected. The afternoon New York Times gives us the previous day's high. Why am I calling this the previous day's high? Because we are trading the next day. And then right here, we get the new candle. The new candle opens. It buys. Then 2200 hours gives us a high. Then price drops. Then boom. In between the previous day's high and close, we are looking for an opportunity to go short, or above the previous day's high, we are looking for opportunities to go short. The most important thing that you have to put in mind is this. We traded above 10 o'clock. Let me circle that. Price gave us the previous day's high, either 1300 hours or beyond. This is the afternoon, the New York time. Okay? You're not trading on this day, you're trading the next day, which is this other side. What time exactly are you looking for an entry? You're looking for an entry exactly at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is very important. And you are only selling if price is above 2200 hours. I repeat, because do not mix these things. You're going to get yourself problems. Then you blame me for giving you a strategy that didn't work for you. I repeat, 10 o'clock, we need to see price still trade above 10 o'clock in the morning, the New York time. This is if Friday we have NFP, or if you find yourself looking for entries, then you find the price still trading and trading and trading higher than 10 o'clock in the morning. If this day's afternoon gives you the candles high, it's okay. This is the second thing we follow. Then the third thing is we want to see the Asian range at 2200 hours. We want to see it either push price lower because we are looking for an entry, or at 3 o'clock in the morning, I want to see price either above this at 3 o'clock in the morning, or between the previous day's high and 2200 hours, or above the previous day's high. If it doesn't, I will look for an entry during the New York session, that is 8 a.m. the New York Open. Let me repeat the last time. This strategy is very simple and easy to learn, to practice, and to trade. You just need to listen to me carefully. To trade the Asian range, high and low, one, we want to see price trade above 10 o'clock in the morning, the New York time. Two, we want to see 1300 hours, sawa musanvu is a New York, or afternoon, the New York time, push price lower, giving us the previous day's high, which is this candle here. Consider this candle a daily candle. 3, we want to see price above 2200 hours. Sawa nya ezekiro New York. We want to see price above this. 4, we are looking for an entry at 3 o'clock in the morning, as long as price is above 2200 hours, the New York time. If price is not above 2200 hours, you might want to wait for 8 o'clock in the morning, because we are trading 2 sessions here. So let me take you to the charts after explaining this to you. That's why I wanted this to be 2 videos. I explain to you 1 video, then show you the charts. So let's look for NFP. I'm going to look for 2 currencies. I'm going to look for the pound dollar and the euro Swiss, then USD JPY as the last example, just a random day. So let's look for GBP USD, pound dollar on the day we had NFP. That is what I'm going to look for. We are going to look at NFP, GBP USD. So this same thing happened. We are still using the time, date, and day. For example, let me say, for example, if we have NFP the next day on a Friday, then you find yourself on a Thursday using the time, date, and day strategy, because remember, we sell at 3 o'clock and buy at 10 o'clock in the morning. So right here we are. One of the things you must follow is this. Remember, 10 o'clock, we must trade above 10 o'clock. Let's look for 10 o'clock towards NFP, because if we have NFP on Friday, then price will most likely do this, because most people are willing to sell before NFP or buy before NFP, and the big boys want to show them that the currencies are still going higher and higher and higher and higher for them to be on the wrong side of the market. So number 1, let's look for 10 o'clock in the morning this day. Where is 10 o'clock? This is 10 o'clock. Did 10 o'clock push price lower? Look carefully. It didn't push price lower. What do I mean by pushing lower? It is like you having the wick here at 10 o'clock, then boom. So 10 o'clock didn't. So we're going to mark 10 o'clock. Right there, we call this 10:00 a.m. New York time. Did it push price lower? No, it didn't push price lower. Let's look for what are the conditions. 1, 10 o'clock must keep price above it. 2, 1300 hours or the afternoon New York time must push price lower. So let's look for condition number 2. GBP USD condition number 2. 1300 hours or afternoon. So, or maybe the whole of afternoon must push price lower. So let's see, that is 1300 hours. There we go. Did it push price lower? Yes. Now this becomes the previous day's high. So we're going to call this 1300 HRS or previous day's high. There we go. So after we have the second, so 1, 2. So what are we looking for? We are looking for 2200 hours. If price is above 2200 hours at 3 o'clock in the morning, we are pushing price lower, either above the previous day's high or above 2200 hours. As long as price is above 2200 hours, that's all that matters. So we look for 2200 hours and mark it to know if price is above that area. 2200 hours is right. 21, 22. 2200 hours, 2200. Here, this is the 2200 hours. So we're looking for opportunities to go short. Remember, this is the previous day's high. This is 2200 hours. 2200 HRS. 2200 hours. This is what I call the Asian range high. Condition number 3, we must sell at what time? 3 o'clock in the morning, as long as price is above 2200 hours. As long as price is either above 2200 hours or 2200 hours or the previous day's high. Same thing applies to bearish market if you want to push price higher. As long as price is below 2200 hours or the previous day's low. But in this case, let's go with what we have. I'm going to show you the bearish example, how to buy. So GBP USD, the previous day's high is right here. Excuse me, previous day's high. Okay, center, left. 10 o'clock, previous day's high. This is what will give me confidence to stay in the market, to hold the bearish position. That is if I am selling at 3 o'clock in the morning. So let's look for 3 o'clock in the morning. So price has traded above the previous day's high, which is okay, towards midnight. Then this is a 2:30, a quarter to 3 o'clock. Then this is 3 o'clock in the morning. Right here, I am pushing price lower. I want you to watch this carefully. I am pushing price lower at 3 o'clock in the morning. Reason number 1 being price is above 2200 hours and price has already traded above the previous day's high. And we have NFP. The strongest indicator is right here. 10 o'clock kept price above it. So which means we closed the candle, the daily candle above the previous day's high. At 3 o'clock in the, at New York, 1 p.m. or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, price pushed, went lower. This is a good retracement. Then, not only did it trade above the New York 1 afternoon, but we also traded above the 2200 hours. Well, this doesn't indicate you're selling wherever you feel like. No, you're selling at this time, 3 o'clock. If price is above $2,200 or the previous day's high, that's when you're looking for a sell at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3:00 a.m. You're pushing price lower. Okay, let me put it on the right-hand side. Okay, you see this setup? Very simple. 10 o'clock is my first indicator. 1 o'clock in the afternoon is my second strongest indicator. 3, price is above the previous day's high and 2200 hours. My third indicator. My entry right here. Why am I entering at this time? Look on the left-hand side. What do we have? We have price above the previous day's high. We have price above 2200 hours. We have price above the previous day's high. Then the previous day's 10 o'clock was traded above. I am confident enough to sell at 3 o'clock in the morning. This is the simplest strategy you'll ever need. Simple, easy to trade. Simple, easy to see. Simple, easy to execute. So we sell here. We have NFP on this day. It's better you enter ahead of the news, 3, 4, 5 hours ahead of the news, 1, 2, 3 hours ahead of the news. That makes you safer. It makes you, safer and stronger. So price trades few pips, comes back to your entry, doesn't want to trade through, then goes down 8 o'clock by at 8:30, see the candle they gave you. Now you want to close. Okay, most people would want to close here as soon as price starts coming back against them towards their entry. Rather, they want to close. They want to be like, oh, let me close this trade because look at how long this candle is. Okay, maybe if they gave you 50 pips, because remember, trading the news is also risky sometimes. So let's see if you got yourself something like 50 pips is enough. So you got yourself 48, 49, 50 pips. Then I think you should be out. But again, if you want to hold long positions, it's okay. So price will come back towards your entry and you will want to close. You will freak out and want to close this trade. But hey, look behind you. The strongest indicator is 10 o'clock in the morning. This one here, and this and this. So just put this in consideration. What if price is below the previous day's low and the 2200 hours low, high rather? Let me say, for example, price was below this high and below this hour here. What do? You wait and sell at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's see if we want to get that example on the charts. Let's go to the Euro Swiss. Let's get the Euro CHF. Let's look at the Euro CHF on the same day. Which date was it? This was Thursday 1st. And we are still looking at the time, date, and day, how to trade NFP, in case you find yourself not sure. Well, I'd already marked this because I recorded a video earlier that didn't have sound, so I had to repeat the process. Again, don't look at the previous highs, just hide the eyes, okay? The highs rather. Hide everything, because if you have so many things on your chart, you end up getting confused. So one of the things that we are looking at, let's extend this one here, closer. One of the things we're looking for 10 o'clock in the morning. So where is 10 o'clock in the morning? 10 o'clock. It's right here, this candle, this week here. So let's mark 10 o'clock in the morning and let's name 10:00 a.m. the New York time. 2, what exactly are we looking at? We are looking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the New York time. So we are looking at the whole afternoon, price pushing 1 o'clock in the afternoon, pushing price lower, or the whole afternoon. So 12, a quarter past, a half past, a quarter to. So here we have 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1300 hours. We want to mark the highest high because this is the previous day's high. So this is very important for you to know. 1300 HRs or previous day's high. Okay. We are still looking at the time, date, and day. How to trade NFP and how to trade news and the other things. How to make yourself. So let's look at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right here. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Or the previous day's high was formed in the afternoon, the New York time. So this means, oh, tomorrow we are going short, folks. It's NFP. Sell, 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 sell. Okay, we are selling. We are not buying. We are selling, because I'm looking at this strategy. Okay, I'm looking at this same strategy here. I'm looking at this same thing here. How did the market behave? How did the price react yesterday? You don't need to subscribe for mentorship. You don't need to subscribe to signals. You just need to do this. 10 o'clock. You mark that. 2, you mark 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the New York time. 2, this is 1, this is 2. Number 3, where are we? 2200 hours. Remember, we said if price is above 2200 hours at 3 o'clock, we are selling. If price is below 2200 hours, we're going to sell at 8 o'clock. Okay. So let's come back to the Euro Swiss. Let's see. We're going to look for 2200 hours, 2200 hours right here. 22, that is the high. Let's move. We're going to look for 3 o'clock in the morning for the New York time. So where is 3 o'clock now? 3 o'clock now. Voila. Thank you. Now, do you see what I was actually telling you to do? This is 3 o'clock in the morning, the New York time. 3 o'clock is below. Okay, 3 o'clock is below. Rewind the video. I said this at the very beginning. 3 o'clock is below 2200 hours in the previous day's high. So what are we doing here? Let's come back here. We said we are going to ignore this and sell at 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is a dead signal. Don't sell here because they are going to trade so many pips against you. Okay, they're going to trade a lot of pips against you. So one, we must trade above the previous day's high or the Asian range high at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just like we have to trade as long as we have to sell as long as price is either above the previous day's high or the Asian range high. So that is how we're looking for selling opportunities. So let's come back to the Euro Swiss. Here we are. So let's look for 8 o'clock in the morning for opportunities to push price lower. Here we go. 8 o'clock, voila, here we go. 8 o'clock, we are looking for opportunities to push price lower. So this is 8 a.m. Let's label this. Okay, this is 3 a.m. whereby price is still below. Right. Then this is 2200 hours. New York time. So what are you doing here exactly? 3 o'clock is a big X for you. You're going to sell at 8. Why are you selling at 8? Look on your left-hand side. 10 o'clock kept price above it yesterday. 1300 hours, or maybe the New York afternoon, gave us an entry, or this strong retracement. Then 8 o'clock, 3 o'clock, price is below my entry. So this means I'm going to wait for 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is 8 a.m. So price might want to trade above the previous day's high because it's NFP. We might have manipulation above the previous day's high, or you just sell here. And because remember, no risk, no gain. That is Forex for you. No risk, no gain, unless we learn the other strategies. We're going to look at if we are going to be able to publish those videos on YouTube, because it is a Sunday and I had enough time to record all the 3 videos and publish them on YouTube. I don't know about the following days, following weeks, the following months. I don't know how busy I'm going to be, but that aside, let's see if this played out. It played out. Let's look at the very last example, which is now let's look for the dollar itself, because if you're looking at NFP or any other, let's look for any other day. Let's look at Euro New Zealand, then USD JPY as a last example. Euro and USD. Well, let's look for bullish. Let's look at the bullish version. So let's look for Euro USD. Let's look at Euro USD. So one, okay, blah, 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 blah. It's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's look at the very last example, USD JPY. Let's not have so many samples. So let's see, 11 o'clock. Okay, here we go. Okay, 10 o'clock right here. This is the very last example. You can go to the charts and look for the bullish version yourself. Okay, this one is not responding. Let's look at the Euro, Aussie, GBP, USD. Let's look at USD, GBP. Let's look at this day right here. Okay, here we go. So 10 o'clock didn't push price lower, price kept going higher. Let's come back here. But as the strategy said, 10 o'clock we must see price trade above 10 o'clock. 2, let's look at the date. When was this? This was not even NFP. This is the day after NFP. This was a Friday. Okay, the day after NFP, I guess. I don't know, but I think this is the day after NFP. Friday, 2nd June. Well, let's go. Let's proceed. Whether NFP or not, it's okay. So Friday, here. So what are we looking for? Second, we are looking at the New York afternoon giving us the previous day's high. Either 1 o'clock in the afternoon or the whole of afternoon. Because remember, we are not trading on this day, but we are trading the next day. Okay, we are trading the next day. So let's see, we're looking for the previous day's high. Blah, 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 blah. 20, 100 hours, a half past 100 hours gives us the previous day's high. Voila, this is a very strong move up. Okay, so what do we have next? We have to look for 2200 hours. 2200 hours, 2200 hours, 2230, 2215. So 2200 hours is this tiny candle right here. Okay, right here. So let's label this. This is the last example. Let's just label this. So this is 10 a.m. Then let's just call this previous day's high. Previous day's high. Then let's just call this 2200 hours. So what time are we looking for entries? We are looking for entries at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, as long as price is above 2200 hours or the previous day's high. So let's look for 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, right here we are. Right here. This candle, right here. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, let's call this 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's call this 3 a.m. 3:00 a.m. So we are looking for entries. Why are we looking for entries? Trust yourself, trust the concept. 1, we are above. This is condition number 1, 10 a.m. the previous day. 2, New York afternoon gave us the previous day's high. Okay, New York afternoon. So, okay, this is the whole afternoon, but this is the previous day's high. 2, 2200 hours, price is above 2200 hours, and it's also above the previous day's high. 3 o'clock in the morning, you're pushing price lower, and this was Monday 5th. Monday 5th, boom. Here we go. So let me not give you more than this. The other things you're going to look for a bullish structure. If you want, you can just flip this. But you can just flip this around, and you're going to, if you're looking for a bullish way of entering the market, you just do this. 10 o'clock must keep price going down. Then the afternoon, the New York time, must keep price, must give us a retracement back up. Then we get this 2200 hours gives us a high, or does this right? Then we are looking for an entry between 2200, as long as we are below 2200 hours. At 3 o'clock in the morning, you're ready to push price higher. If we are above 2200 hours, wait for 8 o'clock in the morning to push price higher. If we are below the previous day's low, if we are below 2200 hours, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you push price higher. If not, you wait for 8 o'clock in the morning, the new time. I wish you all the best of luck. These 3 videos are going to help you this week. That one I'm pretty sure. Watch these videos, add this to your knowledge, add this to what the other mentors gave you, add this to what you already know, and it's going to help you and save you a lot of money in the market. Wish you a wonderful day.